Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Media Buff Podcast, the show about anything and everything media related. Ed here with my fellow co-host, my lovely wife Jen, Mister Matitude Matt, and Lady Hyperfocus. Say hello, everyone.
Hello.
The
Hello.
attitude. I feel
The
like I need my own
Matitude.
WWE intro.
Intro, yeah.
Yeah.
What you
The
gonna do, brother, when Matt
Matitude.
comes
Actually,
smacking up in
When
that
the
you?
was the slogan
Manitou
for Matt
comes
Hardy
out
when
to
he went
smack
solo.
you.
There you go.
Meditative. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll cue those in. For this episode, it's actually kind of be a bit of a somber one, but also all in remnants to the great Val Kilmer. So, as of recording this episode, sadly, he passed away on April 1st. The man has been in several films and just one of the greats, in my opinion. And we're just gonna go around talk about some of the movies we liked, and maybe kind of just talk about some factoids about him here and there as we wrap things up. So I'm gonna go ahead and go first. One of my favorite flicks that he starred in was surprisingly not a popular film when it came out, but it's now pretty more popular one now that there's more people to appreciate it and kids. And that was the Prince of Egypt. It was an animated adaptation of the story of Moses. It's from '98.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yeah.
Kilmer actually voices Moses, and in one scene, he actually voices God, which is basically just himself talking to himself. It's a straightforward story, the story of Moses and how he was commissioned to free the slaves from Egypt.
Mhm.
And even though it's one of the films that didn't do so well, mostly because at the time of release, I think it was overshadowed by The Lion King. I think because it came out in '98. And but despite that, this film was surprisingly star-studded. Besides Kilmer, it had Ralph Fiennes as Ramses, his brother,
Mm-hmm.
Sandra Bullock as Val Kilmer's Moses' sister Miriam. You had Steve Martin and Martin Short as the I don't know remember what to call them, the magic guys, and then freaking Patrick Stewart as Seti, who is the dad of Ramses and Moses. Then you have this great singer, Afra Haza, who was nominated for her role as Moses' mom. And the intro to this movie is such a banger. The song that it plays as it starts, it had no reason to be this hard, but it went so hard that alone just grabs you in and pulls you in for this crazy ride that is the story of the book of Moses, or the story of Moses. Heck, Jeff Goldblum was also in it, and he was the brother of Moses, Aaron. It's just one of those films that unfortunately when it first released, it didn't get the recognition I feel it deserved, but then years later it definitely resonates with a lot of people. I myself watch that movie at least once a year. Like, and I listen to the intro song, at least once a year. James Avery was also in there too. He was the overseer who was the dad of the woman that Moses marries. I forget her name.
Mm-hmm.
Miriam is her name. No, not Miriam.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's his sister. Oh no, Michelle Pfeiffer's character, Zipporah. Zipporah.
Mm-hmm.
See what I mean about star-studded cast? Hell, Helen Mirren was in it. She was Tuya. She was Moses' mom in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And Danny Glover was Jethro. I don't know. I don't remember who he is in that one, but like so many cast members that were like at the top of their game at the time of the release. It's just one of those films that like it had the star power, but for whatever reason, it didn't land. But again, I think it's because it came out at the time around Lion King. Let me see what movies came out in Lion King. I mean
What month
'95.
was the release then?
I feel like
Uh,
Lion King came out before Prince of
Yes,
Egypt.
I think I did.
Like, um, like 80%
94.
sure.
okay,
94.
I think
okay.
so,
So
yeah.
Prince of Egypt
Eh.
came out in '98. Let me see what else
Yeah,
released
it
that
came
year.
out 4 years after
It
the
depends
December,
on. It
Lion King.
depends. Okay, we'll look
December.
December of '98.
I have '98.
Are you sure that movie didn't do so well? Because I remember it being really good.
Yeah, I remember
Well,
a lot of people talking about it, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've got Mel, Patch Adams, Stepmom, The Faculty.
Star Trek Insurrection.
Okay, I could see the faculty and Patch Adams overshadowing Prince of
Yes.
Egypt.
Yeah.
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 Even a
I
Star Trek
ex-
A
movie
Bug's Life,
overshadowing
Oh,
Prince of
Bugs Life came
Egypt.
out that year,
Oh,
that
Bug's
month
Life,
too.
yeah.
December 6th.
So it looks like it did have some steep competition,
It
and
did.
even though it's a great film, it just didn't. I feel it didn't get the recognition I feel it deserves. That's my
okay.
thing about it. But regardless, it's definitely one of my favorite films. Kilmer did a fantastic job, not only portraying Moses's story, but conveying the gravity of somebody whose world is turned upside down when he realizes that he's not who he is and he's meant for this great feat. And to this day, I mean, the story of Moses is one of the more well known stories in the Bible.
Mhm.
You know, I think it has a Jewish holiday because the Jews do consider him their redeemer, or their, I forget what the name is, the word is called. Yeah,
Uh,
not the redeemer. They're save not their savior. Like,
I mean, like their prophet?
no, not their prophet, but basically they look up to him because, I mean, well, like,
Godly man.
because
Or is he?
he freed the slaves from Egypt.
So, okay. I mean, like a saint? You know how, like,
I guess
we
you could
have our
call it a,
saints and stuff, like
yeah.
in
Mhm,
Catholicism?
Catholicism,
Mhm.
yeah. But that's my film. Like, again, like, it's one of those films that the star power was there, the story was good, the animation for the time was really good too because it had a combination of hand drawn and CGI, and it had some really good scenes. Like, there's one particular scene where he's parting the Red Sea. The way they made the water
2025.
look, and then you see the animals swimming around in the water at the same time, that was really well done. And then you have in that same scene, Ramesses and his men are going after Moses and the people, but a giant pillar of fire strikes down and it's like blocking their path. It's like
Hmm?
this giant tornado of fire. It was super cool, dude. Like, the movie's great.
Yeah.
Like,
But I
I
don't
can't
watch
say
it.
enough of good things about that film. Like, I'll probably watch it after we're done
I,
recording this episode.
I guess you can say that he was like their liberator.
You're fine.
He was.
Liberator. There you go. Jay got it. It's the Liberator. That's the word, man.
He
Plus,
liberated
he's
them.
seen as the central figure because he was given the Ten Commandments. So
That's right.
he brought tradition. He
He's
brought
also,
tradition
yeah, he's
and
also
law
exactly. But
to the Jewish people.
that's one of my favorite films. He has way more, but that's one of my main favorite films of his.
Tidbit, he also sang.
Yeah, he sang in that one too. By the way, he sang in a couple of his movies. By
I
the way,
wasn't
we'll
aware.
get into that.
Yeah, I
But
know. I wasn't
um,
aware of that.
who wants to go next on one of their favorite Val movies?
I can go next.
All right, Jen, go for it.
Okay. Well, the movie that I liked that I had always seen clips of and I finally saw like the whole thing complete is At First Sight.
Oh, that's a
He
really good
yeah.
one.
Right, yeah.
Never
And
heard of it.
really, I mean,
It's a sad
yeah,
movie. It's based on a
because
true story.
it is. It's based on a true
Okay.
story about a man that by the name. Well, and this is his name is Virgil Adamson, and he's a blind masseur, and who happens to meet this woman by the name of Amy, and Amy's there. She came into where he works at, which is the Bear Mountain Inn Spa. She really needed a vacation, so her assistant booked her to that inn and spa. So she went. It's somewhere outside of New York. Um,
Ooh,
she happens to
fancy.
go in. Yeah, she
Mm-hmm.
happens to go
Oh,
in for a
fancy.
little vacation,
New
take
York.
her mind stress off of work because she's an architect. So she goes in there and she books, because she wants to chill. So she books a massage, and in comes in, Val Kilmer's character. So at the time that she's getting the massage, she figures out like he's really good with his hands and everything, but she doesn't know he's blind.
Mm.
Yeah, she
I
doesn't know
bet
he's
he's good
blind.
with his hands.
So good with
I
Yeah.
that.
can't see.
He can
Plot
see
plot twist.
everything with them hands.
But then she realizes that he's
Plot
blind.
twist. He was daredeviling her.
So yeah, so he gets to know
Daredeviling
her.
her.
Yeah, so so he gets to know her through her stay there, and yeah, she happens to fall in love with him, and she comes up with the idea of like trying to see if there's anything they can do about his blindness, so he can see again.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't. His character doesn't. Virgil doesn't take it so well. Like he gets angry at her at first, and then ultimately decides to get the operation right,
Mm-hmm.
just to find out that like his brain isn't registering objects as they should.
Mm.
Like his brain has a hard time telling him, what things are, kind of
Mhm.
because he's been blind for
Been
40
blind his
years.
whole
Yeah.
life.
Yeah,
And
So that's what happens in the trauma, and then
like a synaptic overload.
yeah. So and all despite all those efforts, he still ends up being blind at the end of the movie.
Mhm. Yeah.
Like, and that's what happened to the guy in real life, by the way.
Yeah, that's all true. Like a lot of
Like
the
he
movie is
didn't
true.
even he got the operation in 91 and like ended up being blind by February of 92.
Oh man, barely a
Yeah,
year.
I didn't even make it past.
That's too
Yeah.
well,
bad.
I mean, that is kind of shitty, but at least he didn't die. I mean, he just started back at square one.
At least
Yeah.
Yeah.
he didn't die.
And so he
Yeah.
just made he made peace with it be that he was going to be blind,
Yeah.
because it didn't bother him being
Yeah.
blind.
And he was like kind of upset at first. It's like, dude, I've been blind my whole life. I'm
Yeah.
fine. Leave me alone.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and that's
And
why
like, no,
like
it's cool.
his
You get
he
to
had
see
yeah.
colors and shapes and
Well, see, that's the thing about like when you from your perspective you want somebody to do better, be more than what they are. But I'm like, really,
Mhm.
like, what did you even ask this person if this is what they wanted?
Mhm.
yeah, like yeah, things like that. Like, you really should talk to the person who it's going to ultimately
Exactly,
affect.
exactly.
And doesn't she also like leave him at the end or something like that?
Yeah, he gets
That
so
bitch.
well.
She
No,
makes him go through all this
he
shit,
okay.
but
No,
because he's
she doesn't
blind, she
leave.
leaves his
She
ass.
doesn't leave him. He leaves her.
Oh, that's right. He leaves her.
Oh,
because
okay.
because he
I
says
got my
like you can
eyesight.
I've been accepting myself for who I am, but it doesn't, like, I don't see that you can do that
Yeah.
for me. So he leaves,
Yeah.
and the way that he
Okay.
portrays, dude, I like the fact that Val Kilmer spent time with the guy
Yeah.
that was actually mine, that was based on
Yeah. It's a
on
French
this
guy,
event.
right?
No, his name was Cheryl Jennings.
I thought he was
No,
French.
mm-mm.
Okay, never
He's no, he's from here.
Jennings, very
Yeah.
French.
Yeah.
mind.
He
Cheryl
goes, oh,
Jennings.
wait. I
And
have to
no,
wait.
he spent time with him and his wife, and kind of like so he got the most prepared because he wanted to play, you know, this character to a T.
Oh wow.
So he spent a lot of time with him trying to pick up, how he did things on a day-to-day basis. And it was like just seeing that offhand in the big screen, like in the movie, it was really good.
Wow.
Like his portrayal of this guy, I felt like he really understood,
Nice.
how he went about life. And it was nice to see, but it like, to me, it made me cry
Yeah, it's a
because
sad
I
movie.
could feel, like he did such a good job at portraying, this person.
The person, yeah.
And just like, and I don't know, I think this is a movie that I can't really watch because it really did, like,
It does pull at your heartstrings.
it pulls at your
Yeah.
heartstrings really bad. But no, the lady that played the wife, Mira Sorvino, is actually a really good actress too.
Yeah, she's
And I've known her from Romeo and Michelle.
Mhm. Yeah.
The movie Romeo and Michelle, which Phoebe comes out of
Yeah.
from Friends.
And speaking of
Okay.
Friends,
Yeah.
there's actually a mention of the movie in an episode of Friends.
Mhm.
So it's the one where they're getting their tuxes for Monica and Chandler's wedding, and Ross thinks he has Val Kilmer's tux that he wore in
Oh,
Batman.
yeah, well,
Yes.
he's like, I'm Batman.
But in
Yes.
reality, he didn't wear it to that premiere. He wore it.
At
He
First
wore it
Sight
to At
premiere.
First Sight, and he goes like,
Yes.
"Val Kilmer didn't wear this suit to Batman premiere. He wore it to some tutti frutti movie about a blind guy. The only superpower you have is an
Yeah.
acute sense of hearing and smell."
But yeah, this came out in January 15 of 99.
99.
And it also
Wow.
made a reference about bats, by the way.
Yes,
in that
about
movie.
Batman. Yeah, there's a scene in it.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty cool.
That's
Yeah.
Wanna
awesome.
get nuts?
No, Ronan Michelle tells him that he's
Yes.
blinder than a bat.
Yeah. And then he's like, actually, no, I'm blinder than. Because he said, no, actually, bats are not technically blind.
Yeah, bats aren't technically blind,
Because of
folks. That's
sonar.
a
And he
misconception.
goes like in explaining that. I just thought it was
Yeah.
funny, like a little
Yeah.
to Batman. But yeah, this is definitely gonna be one of my favorite performances by him because I've never seen him in a drama or romance.
He's been in a couple of them.
I
He's
know,
been
but
in
this
a
is the first
lot.
time.
Mhm.
This is the first time that I've seen him in one.
Yeah, it's because he's almost he
Yeah.
was typed for a while. He was typecasted in comedy, and then he did a little bit of action.
Hmm.
But
I don't know if he. Let me look.
yeah,
Yeah, because real genius.
Real Genius is a comedy. That's a comedy.
Yeah.
So was uh Top Secret and the Saint wasn't
No, The Saint
comedy.
is more of a thriller.
Thriller. Yeah,
The Doors is a
that's a drama.
It's
Mhm.
A
drama,
mockumentary. Yeah,
not a mockumentary. It's a biopic.
biopic. Yeah,
Yes,
there
there
you
you
go.
go.
Biopic.
But also, hold on.
Yeah.
I don't know why my
Still one of his good drama adaptations, and
Mhm.
another one that also went unrecognized. It didn't do as well
No, it didn't.
as it should have.
It was given a budget of 60 million and it only did 22.4 million at the box office.
Ouch!
yeah. He was also in a movie called Felon.
I remember that one. That was a bit of thriller.
More like a drama thriller
Mhm.
Yeah,
based
yeah,
in
Did
prison.
anybody see Saint?
Yeah.
That was a good one.
But also, like, he was like in movies like The Kill the Irishman.
Mhm.
Yeah. See what I mean? Though he was kind of typecasted in like action stuff, and
But that Kill the Irishman
So-
wasn't exactly an action
But he
film. It's
dabbled
a
here and
drama.
there.
It's
Yeah.
a mob drama.
there you go. But he had a good range.
Yeah.
He could do comedy, action, drama.
Mm-hmm.
He did
He-
love. He did love movies. A couple of those
Mm-hmm.
He did
romantic. movies.
he did a couple of romances. He did a
Mhm.
couple of like thrillers.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys ever saw Snowmen with
mhm.
Michael Fassbender, is
Yeah,
it Fassbender who plays
Fassbender.
Fassbender?
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays Magneto. But like
Mhm.
that's about a serial killer that puts
Yeah.
his victims in snowmen. Uh,
Oh,
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
messed up movie.
Oh, wow.
It's
It's based on a true
yeah.
story too, by the way.
really?
Yeah, we
it's
gotta
a-
watch that tonight,
That's-
Jen. Okay, girl. I'm just
Nice.
gonna
that's a good one.
put that on the watch list, Jen.
If
Yeah.
you guys remember Mindhunters,
Yeah, Mindhunters was a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I
What
know
what's
Mindhunters.
your one of your favorite Kilmer movies, Matt?
I would say, well, there's quite a few of them. Like speaking of like the thrillers that he's done, there was Red Planet. I don't remember enough about it. I just know that they're on Mars and they're being tracked down by their robot that's trying to murder them for some reason.
Yeah, that's basically it. That's the
That's all I remember from the Red Planet, and that Val Kilmer's in it. That is
Yeah.
it. But I'm gonna mainly talk about Tombstone because
such a good one, dude.
Mhm.
it's
That's
a great,
good one. Yeah,
Such a
great
good one.
movie.
I
good.
feel
don't
like
even
that's one of his best
westerns.
ones.
I don't even
I-
like westerns, but
Yes.
Tombstone is like one of the exceptions.
I'll be your
As-
Huckleberry.
As far as westerns go, I would not say it's the best western, but it's
Mhm.
definitely within
It's
like
hard to beat though.
well, I would say it's at least top 15, top 10 westerns
Yeah.
of all time. Like, because trust me, there's better ones out there, especially
Oh
like
yeah, there's
from
older
the,
ones.
yeah, the
Yeah.
older ones, like Once Upon a Time in the West, The Man with No Name trilogy.
We
with
know, we
Clint
get it,
Eastwood.
girl.
Yeah.
We know. Let's stay on
The
track.
list is
Stay on
it's a
track.
long list. Yeah.
But
But it like it's not just Val Kilmer that made the movie. Like you got Sam Elliott,
Yeah,
Kurt Russell,
Sam
who
Elliott.
plays Wyatt
Mhm.
Earp.
oh,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Very
Sam Elliott.
star-studded cast as well.
nice.
Yes. Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. Bill
Okay.
Paxton was in too.
Yeah.
He was
Sam
Tommy
Elliott.
Boy? Was he Tommy
No,
Boy? in that one?
he was Morgan Earp.
Morgan. Yeah.
One of Wyatt's brothers, and same thing
Brothers.
with
Yeah, I
Sam.
remember.
He was Virgil, and then Billy Bob Thornton was in it.
Yep.
oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a star-studded cast.
Yeah, Michael Rooker's in it.
Mm-hmm. Very.
Like-
Yeah, it's a very good film.
It's a great film with a great cast and
Mhm.
like
Simple story.
Well, it's a story. It's like most other westerns with a story of revenge and the
Yeah.
guy and like Wyatt. He left the life as a lawman in Kansas, but because of escalating situations, he has to don the badge again, and then people get hurt.
Yep.
And
That's true. Yeah. Like when he goes into the woods with what's his name, and he goes like, "Oh, we were just fooling that one time." Yeah, but this time
Yeah.
it's legal, and he flashes the badge.
and then Yeah, against
Kabow.
yeah, what was that? Rango. Rango
Ringo,
was it?
yes, Ringo, that's the one.
And the first time they were like, he's like, "Oh, you must be Holiday." And
Yeah.
here, the fastest gun in the West. And he just
Yup.
starts flipping his, and then he mocks him with his little cup, flips it around his finger.
I remember in the bar. Yeah.
Yes. And then after that, when there's a situation outside, he's like, "You're so drunk, you're probably seeing two of me." He goes, "Oh, good thing I got a gun for each of you."
Yeah, I remember. It's just
Now,
one of those it's just one of those movies that like even now and then you will quote it every now and then.
yeah. And like, I mean, not only does Val have like great lines, but same thing with Kurt Russell. Like when his brother dies and Virgil gets hurt, like Morgan
Yeah.
dies, and then Virgil gets hurt, and like Wyatt tracks a couple of guys down and hits one in the face, shoots the other one, puts his boot on the dude's neck, and he goes, "You tell him that I'm coming and hell's coming with me.
Damn right.
Anybody that has a red stash, they're dead." And he goes
Yeah.
on his killing spree.
Yeah.
But
Big
I
time.
would. I don't know if that movie is exactly an accurate portrayal of
No,
these
it's not.
characters, but
It's not.
I
It's
like
not.
their portrayal. I really do
Yeah.
because I saw the movie. What's that movie with Kevin Costner, Wyatt Earp? It's not as good.
No. No, I mean that's the thing that like movie has Hollywood has to take liberties to make things more exciting.
Yeah.
You know, because if not, it is a little boring. One thing I always ask people, especially fans of the Tombstone movie, Matt, do you think this movie inspired Red Dead Redemption?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think what it is that Red Dead Redemption is a lot like Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Or same thing. If you remember the first game of Mafia, like they
Mm-hmm.
took like all the Mafia movies and put it into a video game. You see like Goodfellas,
Mm-hmm.
Godfather, and what have you. And you see a lot of the same stuff with Red Dead Redemption. Well, the first one, Red Dead Revolver. If you look at the art on the box, the character, that's an exact ripped off of the Man with No Name from with Clint Eastwood. Has the fucking poncho, the same kind of hat, kind of has the same facial features.
Yeah.
A lot of people forget that Red Dead Revolver was the first of the games, and then you
Yeah,
got
I know.
Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2, and I think
Can't get off track.
they kind of just combined every type of aspect of a western out there and gave you a video game.
Yeah. Yeah, but a lot of people have I've heard a lot of people say like, oh, like Tombstone, I mean Red Dead feels like a inspiration from Tombstone. Mostly
Uh,
because of the gang of they're running away from a gang of cowboys who want to kill them, and that's kind of what what's his name is doing. Marsden is doing in Red Dead.
yeah, he's going around tracking down his old gang to kill
Hmm.
them because the government's making him. And
Yeah,
then in the second one, which is a
the prequel.
prequel
Hmm.
of the Dutch Vander gang, you're on the run from a job that went bad in Blackwater.
Hmm.
So that's why, and you're just going around trying to get as much money as you can to get to Tahiti because that's
Yeah,
like Dutch's dream. But I just I, I'm a fan of westerns. I really like westerns,
same.
and that's why I just say like just single out one movie and say that was the inspiration for that game. I think did Tombstone maybe have a little bit to do with it? More than likely, but that's why I say it's just a combination of like most popular western movies that they looked at a bunch of different stuff from those type of movies and like how can we make a video game out of this.
Oh yeah, for sure. But regardless, it is one of the films that is very cemented even now. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know that many people who don't know about the film. I mean, there's people who haven't seen the film, but I don't know many people who don't know that film. But
Yeah.
did you know, Matt, that Stallone's brother was in the movie? Frank?
Yeah, Frank Stone. Yeah,
He's Ed Bailey in it.
yeah,
Yeah, he's one of the like lesser characters, but it's still one of those tidbits that like when I found out about, it, I'm like, oh look at that.
It's one of the few movies that had a decent budget that Frank Stallone was in. Like
Hmm.
Frank Stallone's in like in a handful of movies. A lot of them you probably never heard of.
Yeah.
This is
No,
one of
that
the
is true.
few. This is
Kind
like
of like,
one
Billy, not Billy Bob's, Alec Baldwin's brother,
Stephen Baldwin.
Stephen Baldwin. He's been in a
Uh,
lot of films that you've probably seen, but you don't realize that it's him.
No, I mean you can always tell it when it's Stephen Baldwin because
Yeah.
he's not as famous as Alec, but he's more up there. There is
Hmm.
another Baldwin though, and I think that's
Al,
who you're thinking of.
uh,
The
not
guy
Steve,
from
Billy.
Biodome.
Yeah, Billy Baldwin.
Yes, the dude from Biodome.
Yeah.
That's like what's his name? What's her name's dad? She's married to Justin Bieber.
Miley Cyrus.
No, she's married to Justin
Hailey
Bieber.
Bieber.
Yes, Hailey Bieber. That's her dad.
Oh,
The-
that's
the
right.
one from
What?
Biodome.
She's a
The-
Baldwin. You guys didn't know that?
Oh my
She's a
god,
Baldwin.
my
Yeah.
brain just got blown up.
Yeah.
Haley Baldwin, her dad is the Baldwin from Biodome.
Nice.
Hence Haley
What?
Baldwin.
Interesting.
You guys are
See, learn
so
something new.
funny.
Learn something new every day. But
How
definitely
do
good.
we know this?
Definitely good pick for that one, Matt. Let's hear yours, Lane. What's one Val Kilmer film you really like?
Well, I mean, obviously, we had to go with the final trilogy of the Batman, the Tim Burton Batman movies, Batman Forever.
Oh, that's right.
I watched
I forgot that was Tim
No,
Burton.
Joel Schumacher made that one.
No,
Mhm.
it says Tim Burton
Really?
in the
I thought it was-
credits. I just watched it yesterday. It said Tim Burton's name. Okay,
You
I
got
saw
out
it.
I'm gonna
Batman.
I
Google
got
this.
it.
You got out Batman.
It's
in that.
produced by him. I mean, he maybe wasn't there like directing it on set, but he
It says
produced
on
it.
Google director Joel Schumacher.
Oh, but
Well,
it was
he
produced
directed
by
it, but it was produced by Tim Burton.
Tim
So
Burton.
Oh, okay.
It counts.
I
It
think
counts.
supposed
It's-
to be
It's a
his,
transition.
it's his
Yeah,
final like Batman film that he put his name
Yeah.
on. Okay.
Oh,
yeah, because
Any
I thought it was
association with
Schumacher as well, but it's definitely one of the ones that I like.
Yeah. So, um,
Batman Forever.
I watched that last night and man, is that movie full of like the most ridiculous one lines?
It's boiling acid.
It's just full of ridiculous one lines. Are you trying to get in my cape, doctor? Like
Yeah.
what are we doing?
Oh, so good, so good.
Yeah. But
Caffeine will kill you.
Caffeine will kill you. Ooh,
it's just
great on the dive. Too bad on the exposition. He may have to set up for the bronze. Oh yeah, set up for the bronze. Jim Carrey made that
Yeah.
film, man.
Dude, it was a great cast. It was Jim Carrey. It
Mhm.
was Tommy Lee Jones.
Mhm.
It was Drew Barrymore.
Oh,
It
that's
was...
right. Jennifer
Super.
Tilly was in it too.
No, it
No,
wasn't
not
Jennifer Tilly.
The other girl that you like.
The other girl I like,
Yeah.
I forget her name. I forget her name.
Debbie Mazer.
Debbie
Yeah, yeah,
Mazer.
her.
That's
She
the
was
one.
in the Beethoven movie.
Yeah,
Yes.
the
The
bad lady
yeah.
in the Beethoven movies.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah, and then Nicole Kidman.
Nicole
Like
Kidman.
nobody cares about her, right? And then that's where we get introduced to Robin.
Yeah.
Chris O'Donnell.
You ladies want to ride on my love machine? So
Chris
quotable, man.
O'Donnell. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Whoever kept telling Nicole Kidman she was a good actress just was lying to that woman's face her
She's
entire
pretty.
career.
She's pretty. She's just a pretty face.
She's pretty. That's
Mhm.
it. God, she's so bad in that movie.
I know.
She's so bad in that movie.
I like the
You-
scene where
I'll bring the wine, and you bring your scarred psyche.
I like the scene where she Batman shows up and they make out for a little bit and then she goes like, now that I have you, it's like, I'm thinking of wishing you were someone else. And he immediately goes, Bruce Wayne. Like he didn't just give away himself away.
Yeah. Like every time she kissed one, she's like, I have feelings for someone else. And it's like, bitch, make up your fucking mind. You're fucking second face with the
She's
same
a
bruh.
psychologist. That's what they do. They don't even know how to. They want to direct
They're more
people's
messed.
lives.
They're
and
more
they
messed
can't.
up. They're more messed up their own patients.
Hello,
Oh, I
Harley
like-
Quinn.
I like it when he goes to like, so we're dealing with a whack job then.
Yeah, total whack.
So the wacko. And then you have the
The
like
bat signal's not a beeper.
Yeah. Not a
the little knickknack thing, the weird
Yeah,
dream catcher doll.
yeah, a Malaysian dream doll.
Yeah. And then
Man. Man.
such a good movie. So
It
fun.
was so good.
clever. Yeah.
Hey,
It
Two
really
Face,
was.
show me how to rough up a guy. All right, first, ball up your fist, pull back, exert your dominance, and pow.
Dude. And then when they're like serving Two-Face dinner, like the sugar and spice,
Yeah.
and then like Spice is like, I got you, rack a boar, raw donkey meat. I said, who's eating raw donkey meat?
Obviously,
Who's
Two-Face.
ever?
I think
He's
because
rich. He can get better meat than donkey.
I think
Maybe
because
that's
I
what he
think it was a
prefers.
euphemism of raw dogging.
It was
You
just like
Can't feed him a raw
raw
dog.
I
donkey
guess to
meat.
show his extreme side, as
I
opposed to his nice
guess,
side.
but like
I don't know.
some raw other kind of exotic meat, like raw alligator. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah. One
Something
of my
cooler.
favorite scenes in this
Donkey?
Well, it's
movie.
the only one that would fit in the thing she was listing.
The spickle? She's turning it. It's the whole thing. The thing still has fur on it.
No, but
One of my favorite scenes from that movie, and it's a scene that I feel like a lot of people overlook because you don't think about it at the moment, but you want now as an adult. I'm like, okay, so it's a scene where they're showing Harvey becoming Two Face, where he gets acid thrown on his face, and then out of nowhere the camera pans and you see Batman jumping in trying to save him. Like, dude, where were you? Were you hiding in the stand? Were you a
He was
witness?
just watching. He's like, what's really gonna happen? What's she gonna look like after the acid? Oh, I guess I should go. Oh shit! I
Oh,
guess I should go now.
I'm late.
It's like, hang on, I gotta put on my suit real quick. And don't throw it at him yet. Don't throw the acid at him yet.
Right.
Also, who just carries a jar of acid?
I think it wasn't it disguised like coffee.
No, it
No.
was a mason jar.
It was.
It's a mason
Damn, why did I think it was in a coffee cup or something?
No, like this is my water.
It's like, hang on, I gotta open this real quick. It's not liquor, I swear. Although I
That
bet
is
he wished it had been
hilarious.
liquor.
Lane, did you
That
have
is-
something to do with it? You know, you can't mix it.
Got
No.
jars mixed up. It's grain. Oh, I thought that was the grain alcohol.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, but it's one of those. I feel like this was one of the ones that got criticized. Well, the George Clooney one got
It was the
eviscerated, but
worst.
I feel
Hey,
like this
hey,
was one of the
hey.
ones that got
George
unjustly
Clooney
criticized.
gave us bat nipples. All right.
Yeah, he did. But I feel like
Yeah.
this Batman is one of the ones that got criticized unfairly, mostly because
Yes.
of Jim Carrey. That's how he portrayed Riddler.
Mhm.
But also, it was like really early CG, so it was like the CG in that movie is just
Oh, it
like
was horrible.
so bad.
Plus, we
It's like
got
in
Seal singing.
everything.
That was good.
We got Seal
And then
singing.
we got you two at the end singing. In the
Yeah.
credits. I like
That's
that.
true.
We had Seal and you two. What more do you want?
Yeah, it
We
had
knew
really
it,
good
it was destined for failure at that point.
Yeah.
Well, no, Seal kind of helped the movie because
Hell
come
yeah,
on,
it did.
how can you not love Rose of a Thorn? Like
Mhm.
Yeah. Kiss from a Rose.
Kiss from a Rose, whatever the
Mhm.
title of the song is.
But you know, like you hear that song, your first thought is always gonna be Batman. Like I don't
Uh-huh.
care who you are,
Mhm.
you hear that song, what's the first thing coming to mind?
Batman.
Man.
The Batmobile
Well, now it
going
might
up
be
the
that
wall.
Super Bowl commercial.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, oh my
Oh,
Seal
no.
as a seal.
As a seal.
I don't know, but
I would've
Yeah, I saw
preferred Idris
that. I was
Elba.
like,
I would have preferred Idris Elba.
yeah, when I saw that commercial, it reminded me of Tusk. And I'm
Oh, I
like,
remember that. Yeah.
Very
I'm like,
much
But-
that.
oof, no,
ugh.
no.
Worst movie by
Yeah.
Kevin Smith ever.
But
Did you?
He just needed money to make Clerks, which was another bad movie.
yeah,
Oh my goodness.
but
The next Clerks movie, which was another bad movie. So it really wasn't worth it at all.
He's like, I'm gonna make a shitty movie in hopes I make a good movie. Oh, it's
Oh
shit.
shit, it's shitty.
Lane, as far as Batman portrayals goes, how would you rate Kilmer's like opposed to Keaton's and Clooney's?
Everybody else is
Because they
follow
were
suit.
the original three, the original three ones to portray him.
You know what? I liked Val Kilmer as Bruce Wayne.
You know, it's
Like,
funny you say that
I
because
think
Jen
he
and
was a
I.
very charming Bruce Wayne,
Mhm.
very believable,
Mhm.
like very a ladies' man Bruce
Mhm.
Wayne, you know?
Yes.
So I liked him as Bruce Wayne. I think he did great. And it's hard for actors to do
Both.
Bruce Wayne and Batman.
Mhm.
It's hard for them to do both.
Yes.
They're either good at one or the other. So I think that he made a really good Bruce Wayne. His Batman was okay. I
Mhm.
still think it's better than George Clooney
Yeah, yes.
and Christian Bale.
I'll give you that one. I'll
Shots
give you that one.
fired.
Yes.
It's fine.
It
I
is
don't
Yes.
funny because
care.
Jen and I say that too. That like almost every Batman is always
Good at
either a
one.
good Bruce Wayne or a good Batman, but never both.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
Keaton, he's a great Batman, not so much as the Bruce Wayne, and
Mhm.
George Clooney is just George Clooney.
First
He's
of
just
all, you're
terrible at
wrong.
both.
George Clooney just-
He's just
And
George
nobody even
Clooney
touches Ben
as
Affleck, yeah.
Batman.
And
First
nobody
of
cares
all-
about Ben Affleck. He doesn't even have an actual Batman movie, so he doesn't count.
Who is Ben Affleck as Batman? I don't know.
First of
Yeah.
all, you're wrong. Michael Keaton is great as both. Okay,
No, I differ in
simple as
that.
that.
I know,
I
I
Uh,
did.
differ in that.
I
I think Val Kilmer was good at both.
Mhm.
I agree with you, Jen, that
From
Val
what
Kilmer
it's
was
worth,
good
like-
at both, but he was
But
better.
see-
Like Lane said, he was
Yeah.
better as
As
Bruce
Bruce
Wayne.
No,
Wayne.
yes,
Mhm.
definitely
George
that. But
Clooney was just fucking George Clooney in the bat suit. All
That's
right,
all he was. 100%.
Yeah.
and I'll give some credit
Flashing
to
his
Christian Bale
credit
at
cards.
least for Batman Begins.
His fat
Batman
nipples.
Begins was a
Mhm.
great Batman movie, and I think Christian Bale did a pretty good job as Batman. He's just kind of ruined everything
Yeah.
in Batman and the Dark Knight, and like he got way overshadowed by Heath Ledger because Heath Ledger and
Mhm.
Aaron
He
Eckhart,
sure did.
They
both
stole the
of
show.
them,
They stole the
they
show.
made
Yes.
that movie. And like
Mhm.
the whole, if you took fucking Christian Bale out of that movie, because like his whole thing was like, oh, I'm so sad, I need to be Batman, and I can't have a girlfriend.
Mhm.
Like he offered
I'm so
nothing.
sad my girlfriend died in the first movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, actually,
Mhm.
somebody told me that if you take Batman out of that movie, and it's just Commissioner Gordon trying to get Joker,
yeah,
but it works
yeah.
Mhm.
Works.
But it
So
works.
works.
But
because
that's
he
why I
brings him
say,
in.
Yeah.
Joker brings him in.
Yes.
He brings him
Right.
in that first time. The only reason Joker got the upper hand is because dumbass went to save Rachel.
yes,
Yeah.
and like but that's why I say Christian Bale in Batman Begins was good. It's
Mhm.
just in the Dark Knight, it's everything just got pushed. He got pushed to the side, and
That was that
then
Ledger film, Heath Ledger film.
yeah, and then his third one, Dark Knight Rises, right?
Yeah.
That movie
We don't
was
talk
just
about that one.
garbage. Yeah, we don't talk about that one.
That was
But
terrible.
also, the perfect Batman of all time is fucking Kevin Conroy. All right,
Oh
He
yeah,
is-
Oh yeah,
he is-
there's no argument
he is the
there.
perfect
I mean.
Bruce Wayne, and he's the perfect Batman. All
yeah.
right,
But we're talking
Yeah,
about live
he's
action, not
live
animated.
action, not
Yeah.
anime.
I will
not
give
even
you this
even the
about-
live action, like Kevin Conroy, like
What
he-
live action? When did Kevin Conroy dress up as
Crisis on
Batman?
Infinite Earth's Arrowverse.
He
Oh,
was
that's
the-
right. I forgot
a
about
live
that.
action.
That doesn't
Yes.
count.
It does. His
All right, we're
one
way-
small
Yes.
role was superior than anybody else's.
All right, we're way off topic. At
Okay.
this point.
Coming back to Kilmer.
Yeah.
Okay. So did you guys know that he took the role of Batman without knowing who the director was or anything about the script?
Yeah. He took it on
I-
a whim.
I
He-
feel like a lot of actors do that, depending on like the superhero.
Mhm.
Uh,
Well, a chance
'cause-
to play Batman. Who wouldn't say no? Who would say no to
yeah,
that?
same thing with like the chance to play Superman. Like most
Mhm.
people said yes to that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of tidbits about him that we were looking into his life,
Mhm.
the guy was surprisingly well talented. He was a good
Mhm.
dancer. He's a good singer. He was good in hand to hand combat and weapons combat. In the movie Heat, Matt, the shootout scene, his
Oh yeah,
his combat prowess was so well done that it to this day I guess it's still studied in military academies for contingencies against
well, it
people.
was what they show that video. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure tactics have improved over time, but
Oh
during
yeah.
the time, in the '90s, when they saw that, like the way he shot from behind cover, moved,
Mm-hmm.
reloaded, like the way he timed everything and the way
Yep.
he moved, they're like, do it like him.
Exactly. No, yeah, it was used for training exercises on how to move from cover to cover, reload, wait for your opponent to run out of ammo. That's how well he did in that film.
And speaking of Heat, like it's like one of my favorite films of all time, just because I love Al Pacino and Robert De Niro,
Yeah.
and like the whole cat and mouse game between those two.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Val Kilmer, like his character wasn't supposed to be that important or that
No, it
memorable,
wasn't.
memorable, but Val Kilmer did such a good job with that character. Everybody like
He kind of
always,
stole the show.
yeah, everyone thinks about him as part of that movie when the whole movie is mainly focused on
Mhm.
Al Pacino being the detective trying to
Exactly.
bring in Robert De Niro, the thief.
Yeah. Yeah. The like Kilmer's character is just a guy who's caught in the middle because of his daughter, right?
Well, he worked with Robert De Niro's character. He was like Robert De Niro's right hand man.
No, I'm saying the character in the movie is like he's doing it because of his daughter or something like that.
Yeah, his family, his wife and daughter.
Oh, okay, yeah. But regardless, it's a great film.
Mm-hmm.
What's another film you like of Kilmer's Lane? Like one of those films that like not, you feel like a lot of people don't know about, or they should really just check it out again.
Oh, definitely The Island of Dr. Moreau.
Yeah,
The
Dude,
movie's
come
so
on.
bad,
it's so
though.
bad.
So
It's good
bad
though.
that The Simpsons did a
Yeah,
Treehouse of Terror episode about
I
it.
remember that episode.
So good. If it has Feruza Bulk and she turns into a black cat, come on.
And then you have
That's pussy.
Marge Simpson
That's
as
so
a
pussy.
as a cat.
Oh, that's what it's from?
Yeah, baby.
I wasn't
Yeah.
aware.
You need to watch that film.
Okay.
Okay, we're
All
gonna have to
right.
watch. Jen's gonna
Yeah.
have to watch that after this.
Don't
It's
It's
don't
such a
hard.
good
just
one.
I
It's like I
have
sort of suspected
tried.
during this thing.
I have
Yeah.
tried. I have tried to find that movie. It's one of those movies that
Oh, you can't find it on
it's
streaming?
hard. It's
Really?
not on any streaming. It's not on
No.
YouTube. It's like it's one of those such a B like fucking C movie
I would have
that it's
gone as
like
far
you
as
can
D.
probably only find it on like DVD and it never like VHS and it never made it. You know what I mean? It's like I have been trying to find that movie
Oh,
for
no
like
way.
years and I have not been able to find like a good source for it.
Oh man.
So, like, if you can find one, let me know because I really have been wanting to watch that movie for like a
Shoot,
decade at
we should get
least.
together and
Like,
we should get together and just
No,
watch
I
it.
can always find it in sources.
Dude, Jen knows how to find movies. She's crazy like that. She's crazy good like that. But dude,
it's
yeah, it's one of those movies
so
that is so
bad.
bad, but it's
Let's
so
see.
I
funny at the
just
same time.
like there's like that scene where like the cheetah guy
Yeah.
and they're like, Cheeto, you have broken the rules.
His
Rah, rah,
voice.
rah. And then they like fucking like shoot him and it's the most dramatic thing like ever.
So over
And
the top.
I remember watching that as like a kid, elementary school,
Oh my
watching that and
god.
be like, no, the cheetah man. Like, oh my God, you guys, like that fucking movie. I probably
Honestly,
have not seen that movie since like the 90s for
I will
sure.
say this though. I will give props to the makeup of that movie.
Hmm.
Like
Oh yeah.
the
All the
way they made
prosthetics,
everybody the
so great.
prosthetics, they did a really good job. I don't know why, but it almost made me wonder if the guys who worked on that also worked on the thing because
Maybe.
it gave me that feel to it.
Okay.
Maybe.
But despite of it, the movie's the movie's terrible. Like the plot makes no
Terrible.
sense.
Not at all.
But
The
Kilmer is
prosthetics,
so yeah,
Val
and
Kilmer,
Kilmer's so
Feruza
funny in it.
Balk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's so the weird outfit that he's wearing is so funny, dude. He looks like a moo or like a mummy or in a weird moo.
No, that's like Marlon Brando's character.
Oh my god, that's right. I
Yes.
forgot.
He's
I forgot
Dr.
Brando.
Moreau.
I forgot Brando was in it. I forgot Brando was in it.
How could you forget that Marlon Brando's in that? Like,
Kilmer was just so much better than him in it.
It's true.
So good. Honestly,
Kilmer's like the guy that comes to the island.
Yeah,
So
comes
he's
to
like
the
the
island.
outsider guy.
He's Homer Simpson.
And yeah, no. And so like yeah, and so then like
Everything
you
gets
get
turned
like
into an animal.
the Marlon Brando guy is the guy in the Moo or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's over here just like making human animal hybrids.
hmm
Oh,
And that's what like the whole movie's about, and they're on this
If you
island.
if
Shit.
would you want this movie to be redone again now, Lane?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I think it would be so cool. Updated,
Yes.
like a more in-depth story, like more updated actual like I don't want CG. I want like slap that fucking special effects on those faces.
Mhm.
But I think it would be like a cool movie to revamp because it's a movie that nobody fucking knows what it is because it's so
Yeah, you mentioned it
obscure.
to people and they look at you like, "Who's Dr. Moreau?"
What?
What?
Island
well,
of Pooh? You know.
We
the
need a
book
Pooh?
was really good because the book talks about like
Mhm.
what this is where the movie heavily failed, and like because the whole point of the book is like a guy who's
Well,
doing all
keep in
these
mind they were
genome
under budget,
experiments.
Matt. They were under budget
They
when they
were
were making the movie.
I don't know if they
Yeah.
were they under budget?
Yeah.
I feel like
Milan
they were
Cinema
over
did this?
budget.
Yeah. I think
Anyways,
they went over budget with the prosthetics
okay, but like
Prosthetics.
or Brando's Moo.
Oh no, or just paying like the particular
have it.
actors to be in there.
Mhm.
yeah,
No, but she wants a physical one. Yeah.
but
I
like
just found it.
Oh, I mean, a
online.
digital one would be cool, but a physical one would
Okay.
be cool. Any damn copy of that
Well,
movie I
we
could
know what
get
to
would
get
be
you
cool.
for your birthday, Lane, or for Christmas.
Just like I think that movie is so obscure, and
Yeah.
it's just one of those movies that ever since I saw it, it has just always stuck with me. And then The Simpsons did a whole
Yeah.
like thing on it, which makes it even funnier.
Yeah.
And then I mention it to people, and people don't even know what it
I know.
is.
Yeah,
And I'm
it's
like,
and it's funny
okay.
because when you see people watch that Simpsons episode, they're laughing and they're like, they're liking the episode, but they don't get it.
Yeah. Gobble gobble dip.
Gobble. But either way, yeah, a fun, dumbass hell movie, but still funny as hell.
even
But
as a kid
Matt, what
when
were you
I
saying
saw
about the
that.
book though? Like that it
Oh, okay.
really
The
failed to
book,
mention the
like, it talks about like someone doing all these experiments and stuff, and it like asks the question, like who are we to play God like this, to
Mhm.
create these things and you know all that stuff, right? And so there's like a much more in depth like thinking to the book.
Well,
You know,
the book is read as a third person perspective. Like
yes,
it's being read as a third, like a party that's not involved. It's
yeah,
reading
it's from an outside perspective of
hmm
these characters,
Yeah.
and like the movie doesn't catch that at all.
It's hard to catch that in movies. Like Lord of the Flies did a good job. The
Yeah.
adaptation of the movie to the book is actually one of the better ones because they had a narrator. I feel maybe if
Mhm.
they added a narrator to the film, it might have done a little bit better.
Yeah, but also I think if we got a release of it now, maybe with the right actors, the right
Mhm.
budget, the
Ooh,
movie will be
who would you
good.
who would you cast as Kilmer's character in this one?
Uh,
I would suggest Glenn Paul.
Oh my
Glenn
god.
Glenn
Paul.
Paul would be from Top Gun Maverick.
Oh,
The
do
guy
you
who
know
plays
who I would? Because like age is not a factor. Do you remember the show Farscape?
yeah.
The Earth dude,
Uh
John.
Nathan Fillion?
Yeah, him.
Yeah. Nathan Fillion
Nathan
would be funny too.
Fillion.
No,
Nathan
not
Fillion would be
Firefly.
Oh, I'm thinking of Firefly. No, my
Farscape.
bad.
Farscape, where the dude he
Farscape.
goes to a wormhole and then he gets on a prisoner ship
Yeah,
Oh,
I've seen Farscape.
I remember.
and it has
I
the
don't
blue
remember his name
lady.
though.
Yep.
Yes, I don't remember the actor's name though.
Yeah, him.
Okay.
Because it's been forever since I've seen him in something.
Yeah. Well, I think he's retired. But what about you, Lane? Who would you cast as Keaton's character in this one?
Ah, dang. I'm so bad at casting movies of people. Dang. Um, maybe Tom guy who played Loki, Tom Hiddleston. Tom Hiddleston.
Oh,
Oh,
Hiddleston.
okay.
Hiddleston.
Okay, I got his
Loki.
name.
Yeah.
I got his name. Ed. It's Ben Browder.
Oh, right. I know who that is. Oh, damn! I forgot Fariza Balk was in this.
I can't show that like 27 times. She turns into a black cat,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
a
So
Black Panther or something
yeah,
like
so
that.
funny.
She's like
Uh,
his the Dr. Moreau's daughter or
yeah.
whatever. So all the other like girls have to live like out in like this little like
Oh, damn! Ron Perlman
village
was in this.
village that he made, but she gets to live in like the house with the doctor because that's like his daughter.
Did you know Ron Perlman was in this? He was Sayer the Law.
Not
Nice.
how I believe that though. It
Yeah.
seems like a very much an early Ron Perlman movie.
Yeah.
But he did Hellboy,
Yeah.
you know? It
Yeah.
just seems like
Azura.
it for
Az
Hey,
sure.
Asa.
Hellboy. His version of Hellboy is the best.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's
I
not a
don't
bad
care. I don't care
cast.
anybody that says that's the best Hellboy. What
Oh, it
about you,
is.
Jen? What's another Kilmer movie you like?
Top Gun.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know,
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
it's another good movie that I
Mm.
think a lot of people don't know about, and that's
Mhm.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Came out in
Yes.
2005, and it stars Robert Downey Jr. I'm not sure if this was just before or just after the first Iron Man, because I don't remember when
It's
Iron Man
before.
came out.
It's before.
It's before? Okay.
Mhm.
And like Robert Downey Jr., he plays like a two-bit criminal and gets
Mhm.
caught
Oh.
up in this fucking crazy murder scheme
Mhm.
with the chick that he digs, and Val Kilmer's his private eye.
Yep.
And then
Yeah.
like Val Kilmer, it purposely plays like every trope of a noir private investigator, and it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's so dumb as hell. Like he kind of played it like the Naked Gun a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was just so funny, dude. He was an idiot basically.
God.
Yeah, he was. He's like, no,
Like
we
Mr.
gotta do it this
Magoo
way.
meets
Yeah.
Naked Gun.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Mhm.
I can already
He
imagine.
suck. Yeah, that movie is fucking
His comedic
hilarious.
timing, dude. Kilmer's comedic timing was so good, dude. He was so funny in a lot of his movies. Um, even in movies he wasn't trying to be funny. I don't know why I just laughed here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but
It's just
Top Gun,
something that
even
he
in Top
was.
Gun, he was so
Yes.
funny in Top Gun, dude. Because even though he's the stickler,
Mm-hmm.
he was like so funny at it. You know, like
You're
ice.
gonna be dangerous.
You're dangerous.
Gonna push it to the end. Gonna push it to the limit. You can be my wingman anytime.
Screw it, you be my wingman. So good. Such a one of those, and then the scene where no, that was the scene when they're in the shower. It's like, you're dangerous. You can't if you don't get yourself killed, you get somebody else killed. And then freaking Tom Cruise, that's right, I am dangerous. Ice man. Freaking Kilmer with the bite of the, and he's always chewing gum in that movie.
Yes.
He's always chewing gum in that movie.
Oh
It's
man.
just it's because it's like it's kind of like not trying to trying to sound serious, but like
I mean,
still-
he was a stickler, but the entire time he's just so funny.
yeah.
Dude. Even when they're in the air, it's like
Yes.
bogey on my six. Somebody get this asshole on off of my asshole.
He just does away with delivery.
He really did. He had a
You
really
know?
good comedic timing. Top Secret is another movie I feel like a lot of people should watch because it's not even what it sounds like. It's not even about secret agents or whatever. He's a rock star and he's
Mhm.
trying to make it big, and it feels like a musical the entire movie. Like he's just dancing around the entire time and singing as much as he can. Honestly, looking back, he was Sam Rockwell before Sam Rockwell. Because like he liked to jig a lot. He liked to sing every now and then.
Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah. Even Tombstone, he had a little jig. maybe I'm not as sick as I thought. Made you fellas believe I was.
He didn't dance in that movie.
Well, he was jittery in that one, but he was sick.
He
So.
was always swaying because he was drunk.
Yeah.
He's like,
Captain Jack
Doc
Sparrow.
Howard.
Basically, yeah.
Bang bang.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, even when he wasn't trying to be funny, it made you laugh.
Yeah, that for sure.
He's just one of those guys that he didn't really need to try hard to be funny. Like Real Genius,
and
he was hilarious.
And Real Genius, yes, he was very eccentric.
But he was, as crazy as it sounds, he was being serious all the time, especially when he was doing experiments. When he's messing around with the kid, trying to get him to loosen up. It's like, first we go forward, then we go a little back, then we go forward a little more, and then we dance it all around. It's just one of those guys that he says things with a straight face, but he's being so funny.
It's like Jason Statham.
Yeah,
he can do that too.
Yeah. But one of my other favorite all time Kilmer movies is gotta be Willow, like Man Mortigan.
Willow.
Get the
Man Mortigan.
Willow.
Oh yeah,
Man Mortigan.
Man Mortigan.
But that movie.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's a great fantasy movie. So
my favorite scene is still the one where he gets hit by the pixie dust and he falls in love with Shorsha. And he's like saying all these things to her. and then they capture her and then goes like, I thought I was your moonlight or something, or like moonlight essence. It's like I was under a spell. It's like, you mean I thought you said I bewitched you. Yeah, I'm over that. After, I mean, it's
when
just
he dresses up as a woman.
Forgot about that one.
Was in the bar scene.
And then there's a scene, the siege of the castle, where he's fighting like a bunch of men, and then they chasing him up to the top of the tower, and he does like a sword flare, and then they start kind of running away, and he goes like, "Yeah, you better run!" And then he sees a dragon behind him, and he immediately runs with them, and he's like trying to get away. And he's in the middle of the group of all those guys.
Or
God,
that one scene where he's out on the ice, so like
the ice,
like fucking around with his sword.
I don't remember that.
And then he slips and falls.
What scene was that one? In Willow?
Yeah, in Willow.
I don't remember that. Was that near the end, or when he like?
I was like, yeah, like at the beginning.
Beginning.
Or
he doesn't come out until like halfway through the. Oh, when they capture Shorsha.
Yes. He's fucking around with his sword.
Snow.
Whatever.
Same difference.
He's fucking around with his sword. He's like,
and he slips,
cool. And he slips and falls.
Oh yeah, when he's dude. Okay, when he rolls down the hill and he turns into a giant snowball.
Yeah.
That scene, yeah. He was so good, that one. And he kept calling Willow Peck. Peck. Good time.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I know it's definitely sucks not knowing that he's not gonna be around anymore.
I know.
And it sucks when he lost his voice, because he was so. The thing about him is that he's very articulate, because in Batman it showed.
Oh yeah.
And then when he lost his voice, it was suck. And then we saw him one last time in Top Gun Maverick, and he actually talked, even though they told him not to.
Yeah.
Because by then his voice was already gone, but he did it anyway, man. That's how dedicated he was to the craft.
Nice. That's awesome.
And what were you gonna say, man?
I was gonna say, like, he did he talk? Because I remember him typing on the computer when he was talking to Tom Cruise.
So in the beginning of the scene, he was talking through his computer, but when the scene wraps up, he walks up to him and then he talks to him. And I think Tom went on the record to say that was him, that it was not scripted, that Kilmer wanted to do the scene and say that at the end of the line, at the end of the scene.
Okay.
But even Tom went, he made a statement. He held like a minute of with his crew, like a moment of silence for him, and of course the condolences to go out to his family and loved ones. Is definitely not Hollywood. Will never be the same, but I mean, he left a really good lasting mark.
But also, I think it kind of like hit Tom Cruise a little bit more than most people, because both him and Val Kilmer came up at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
they were
I'm
close
pretty
friends.
sure they were pretty good friends,
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
like throughout the years.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And here's another thing that you can appreciate about him, even when he was going through his illness and with that, that struggle. Like he never lost a sense of humor.
No, he didn't.
Like I've seen clips of him in there, like just
Joking
joking
around.
around
Hmm.
and just
7 years.
enjoying
He fought 7 years.
11 years.
11 years. So definitely gonna be missed, and definitely one of the
Yeah,
greats. And
I'm sad.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. When Lane sent the text message, I'm like, this better be an April Fool jokes because
Mhm.
it's April 1st,
I
dude,
know.
and I'm like,
I
if somebody did this as a joke, it's a sick bastard. But
Yeah.
the sad reality was the
But the
mm,
irony is,
Yeah, and not too long
yeah,
before that, we lost George Foreman, one of the
yeah,
greatest heavyweights of all time, and greatest grail seller.
yeah, and son of
I
Grills
will
are
always
never gonna
remember
be
those
the
and
same.
son
commercials,
of three
dude.
and father of three sons named George and a daughter named Frida
Yeah,
Frida
well,
Foreman,
at least it's not like
Georgia.
Robert Duran.
Yeah,
he,
Duran Duran Duran.
he named like what he has like 12 kids. He named them all Roberto.
Nice. Um, but
And-
anybody else have any tidbits about Kilmer, like some things you've heard about him or like interesting facts about him?
Mm,
Oh, actually, did you guys? I have one little factoid. Did you guys know, or were you guys aware that they rebooted the TV series Knight Rider back in '09?
I was not aware.
Yeah, so they rebooted the series.
Wait,
They wanted to make it more modern.
I think I do remember that, but I don't think it ever got off the ground. I
No, it
knew
did.
it was
It
like,
had one season. It had
Mhm.
one season. It didn't do
uh,
well enough,
Mhm.
but
hey,
it did. It did do well enough to garner one season and a film. But
okay.
Kilmer voiced Kit in this one.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
he lent his voice as Kit for the car for
Okay,
this one.
because I remember there was that time where they were remaking Magnum PI, Hawaii Five O, Miami Vice.
Oh yeah, I
Like
remember those.
and
They
then
did that.
there's
They're
Knight
horrible.
Rider. Yeah.
But
Mhm.
yeah, it only had one season. It was like 8 episodes long, I think. But yeah, Kilmer lent his voice as Kit for that one. That's
Yeah.
one
I know
factoid that
that some of those shows did not make it off the ground. I thought Knight Rider was one of them.
no.
No,
Well,
it
it
did it.
started with a TV film,
Mhm.
and
Mm-hmm.
it did well enough, and that garnered the season, the first season.
Uh,
Yeah. But that's one factoid I know about him.
I know that he did a lot of stuff on Broadway.
Oh, really? He was a thespian?
He did Broadway stuff like back in from like
Oh,
83.
I
He
didn't
did
know
some
that.
yeah,
well,
all the way back in 81. And then the
Wow.
latest thing he did was in Citizen Twain in a 2012 production.
Oh, wow.
And then in 2015 he got diagnosed with a throat cancer.
Yeah.
So but yeah, no, he also did like, Broadway stuff and not just like movies as well. So not as much as like other people did, a little bit
Yeah.
here and there, but I think it's still cool when actors do like stage and
mhm.
film.
Mm-hmm.
I I think a lot of actors they're theater kids to begin with,
Well,
so
that's how
they
you have to start for
yeah, you start
sure.
off as a theater kid, so a lot of actors are multi-talented with acting and singing. But I think once they start to get into like a production for a TV show or
Big
movies,
movies,
they kind of leave
yeah,
the theater behind. But it's nice to
exactly.
see like with Christopher Lee or Val Kilmer, anybody like that, they go back and they do theater stuff.
That's cool. Wow.
Yeah, he did a lot of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he was Mark Twain in the last like thing
He
he
did a
did.
play called Tis Pity She's a Whore. Ah.
That's so
And
funny.
that's one thing I
That's
always
so
liked about him.
fun.
He never really he didn't really take himself too serious. He's one of those. He's never one of those like, I'm
No.
an actor. I'm a serious actor.
I'm an actor. I do serious work,
Yeah, no,
like Hamlet.
I feel like he would have been one of those like on set he must have been cracking jokes a lot or pulling pranks a lot.
Did you guys know that he also an opportunity was offered a role in The Outsiders, but he couldn't take it because he had other theater commitments.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
He would have been. He would have been there with
Uh,
Kiefer. Oh
Yeah.
no, I'm thinking of
No, Patrick Swayze
Yeah.
Patrick Swayze. Yeah, I'm thinking
and
of Patrick Swayze.
and Michael's Danielson.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Wow.
And
He lived a rich life, even though it was short. He lived a rich life. Like
He did
the
a lot
man
of
lived.
stuff. Yeah,
He
he's
lived a
he's
quarter mile.
awesome. He's
Yeah.
cool.
He did a bit of everything.
Yeah.
Looks like.
I live my life
Wow.
4 mile at a time.
Yeah. He literally did though, man. He literally did.
Wow, that's
But yeah, that's sometimes
I
when
mean,
yeah
you can definitely say that's why he could sing, The theater helped,
yeah.
with that.
Uh, all right, folks. I guess we're gonna go and wrap it up there. Let us know in the comments your thoughts on his passing. And as always, if you're on YouTube, please give us a like, subscribe to the channel. Spotify, same thing. And as always, check out Maono. Use code word media buff to get 10% off or your first order. And we will talk to you all next time.
Right.
Everybody say bye.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Adios.